Hi, I'm Nicola Cairncross.
Hi, hello, hey, hi.
I'm going to talk to you about success.
Hi, it's Nicola, and I just thought I'd start off this week's episode by showing you what an amazing place I'm working from and living at. So behind me you can see Stoupa, and as I swing round, I'm right at the very top of 360 bar right now. It's a very sophisticated open top roof bar, and I'm having a dirty martini made for me right now. My hand's a bit shaky actually, I've just noticed. Haven't had a dirty martini yet. So there we go, there's the bay. I've been on the beach all day, that's why I'm looking a bit pink, and I'm just swinging around now so you can see the town and the mountains behind me. Let's turn it so you can see the mountains. There we go, and there's a few more around here, which adds a very dramatic backdrop to everything, as you can see. And the sun's just setting now. It gets better and better, the sunset, so let's just turn around and show you that. I'll try not to do too many boring time lapses of the sunset. Different every night, different atmospheric conditions give you different sunsets every night, which is rather splendid. Anyway, let's crack on with the show, shall we? Hi, it's Nicola here, coming to you from my balcony. I've decided to brave the mozzies and come outside. A bit less humid today, nice sunny day, so I'm on my way down the beach. But first I just wanted to talk to you about the overwhelming confusion that people feel about making money online and making an income online, making a business online. Because so many people have joined up to my Clicks and Leads Academy recently, and the one thing we have to do right at the very beginning is untangle all their confusion. It's actually really simple to build a business online. The one thing you need is a hungry crowd. And that's either a bunch of people who have a pain or a problem that needs solving, or a bunch of people who've got a passion and a purpose and who want things around that passion or purpose to help them to fulfill that passion or purpose. Now that can be anything from helping people with information that they've got through an experience they've been through in their lives, or it can be as simple as, like an arts and crafts thing. So last week's podcast I was actually sharing with a co-host who's just started a podcast about stitchery, so a crafts podcast in fact, and she's getting loads of downloads. Now these are people who are passionate about what they do. It's a hobby, it's a time passer, and they love, they need stuff to go with it. They need embroidery silks, they need things to embroider, they need patterns to do it with. So that's what I mean when I talk about a passion, although a passion can be for helping people, as I say, but it's got to be more specific than that. That's the thing. So a hungry crowd, that's what you need first. Then you need to decide what you're going to supply that hungry crowd. Are you going to supply with information? Or are you going to supply with information products? Are you going to supply how-to tutorials in the form of videos or whatever? Are you going to supply with actual physical products? So what I always do is I say to people, have you got a product or service you want to sell to a group of people? And if they haven't, I send them off to get some affiliate marketing training, which is where you sell other people's products and services to a hungry crowd. See, it's simple, this stuff, right? You need a hungry crowd, you need a product or service of your own or someone else's to sell, and you need to be actually fulfilling a need. The next thing you need to do is have some sort of landing page. It doesn't have to be a whole website, but you do need to have somewhere to send people from your social media activities. And that can be a simple URL with a WordPress site installed and one landing page on it, which you can do with lead pages or Thrive themes. So you need somewhere to send people. You need something for them to put their name and email in for. So some sort of free gift. Now that can be written, it can be video, it can be audio. So what are you going to give people in return for their name and email? And then the final element of this is once you've got a mailing list with something to sell, give people first and then something to sell people, you then need to get people's attention and get them to click through to that page that you've just created. So now there's two ways of doing that. You either work for it or you pay for it. Working for it means doing social media activities which lead people to your page or your Twitter profile or your Instagram profile, and the link on those places would be to your page where people can opt in to get your free gift. Then after they've opted in to get your free gift, you're going to make them an offer of a product or service that solves a problem, pain or a need. And it doesn't get any more complicated than that. Now, what are all these things that people are selling you for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000? They're either selling you a tactic, i.e. how to create a better landing page, how to create a webinar, you know, how to what's the word I'm looking for? How to set up quizzes so that you can get people into your quiz for you know, not very much money, and then segment your list as people go through these quizzes. They're selling you a tactic, and people want to buy tactics because they often believe that one tactic is going to be the thing that makes all the difference. Now, I've talked about this in the Vzine before. There is no one tactic that makes a difference. It's getting all those ducks in a row. It's getting a hungry market, it's getting a product or service to sell to that hungry market, it's getting a good freebie offer so that people will opt in and give you their name and email, it's getting a mailing list set up with follow-up messages so people don't forget about you, and then it's just getting it all working in a glorious circle, and then getting people's attention so they either come from Facebook ads, which is where you pay for it, or Instagram ads, for example, or YouTube ads, or they come from your social media activity. And the social media activity I recommend through my Be Everywhere online course is the social media activity that's designed to create content at the same time. Because one of the most powerful things, of course, on the internet is to have some sort of membership or community area where people pay a small amount recurring every month. And think about this for a minute, right? If you can get 16,666 people paying you £5 a month or $5 a month, you're making $1 million a year. Now, most of you don't need $1 million a year. Most of you would be happy with 100 grand a year, wouldn't you? So let's just say that you don't need to do anything like 16,000 members. You can go down to 2,000 members paying you a $5 or a tenner or $27 or $47 or $79 or $97 a month, and you'll be making a very nice living for yourself. I know how to do all this. I've done all this for my business. I've done it for the last 22 years. Different tactics have come and gone, but the principles remain the same. And the one thing I'm really good at is taking these very confused people when they first come in and helping them to put a step-by-step plan together that will enable them to achieve the lifestyle they want. I have the lifestyle I want because I've put all these things in place for me. Now, the only tricky bit was deciding at the very beginning how I wanted to do it, which kind of model I wanted to work with online. But now I've decided it's all rolling along really nicely, and I can help you get there too. My Clicks and Leads Academy has just reopened, and it's basically $25 a week to work with me and get all your questions answered. There's a private coaching area for the bits you don't want to talk about in public, and I do weekly live Q&A video webinars where we talk. You can bring your questions, you can send in questions in advance, and I will answer them on the call, and then you can watch the recording. I can even share my screen and show you things live on the call. It's incredibly good value, and if you just come to clicksandleads.academy, I can help you sort out all the confusion and all the overwhelm and all the tactics and the strategies that everyone talks about all the time, and I can direct that specifically to you and your desires and your goals and your dreams and your online business. So come and join me. Right, what's on the blog and the podcast this week? Last week on the podcast I was joined by Jo Dodds, and we talked about the question of making a life too, because Jo and I have had a very similar background. We've known each other for a while. She's got small children, little Doddsy, still growing up, and she's looking to make a life as well as be a workaholic. So we had quite a lot to say on that topic, as you can imagine. If you go to ownitthepodcast.com/144, you can see that episode. And last week in the Vzine, if you missed that one, I was talking about the need for speed. So many people I talk to have taken months and months and months to get even a basic landing page up. It doesn't need to be that painful, it doesn't need to take that long, but you do need to do it. So you need to think about the need for speed, because every day that goes past is one day less that you're not earning money online. It's the opportunity cost, as they call it. I wrote a little story on the blog and my Facebook page last week, which was all about the one thing I wish I'd done sooner. I was just idly lying on a sunbed thinking about what could have speeded up my progress over the years, and this one thing popped into my head, and I thought about it, and I thought, yes, that's what all the people who are so much further ahead than me did and I didn't do. So come over to nicolacairncross.com/blog and scroll down till you get to the one thing I wish I'd done earlier. Oh, I know what I'd be doing, moving everything into Xero. That was a very dull job that went on and on, but at least I know what my profit and loss is now. I generally just work from a cash flow spreadsheet, which tells me exactly where my finances are all the time, and in the Clicks and Leads Academy I can show you how to do that too. It gives you peace of mind knowing what you're spending today, what the impact of that is going to be next week, next month, next year. So if you haven't got a grip on your finances, come over and join clicksandleads.academy. Right, I'm off down the beach because I can actually see the mozzies flying around me, which is a little bit disconcerting. We all have fly screens on the doors in our houses, and that makes a huge difference, but the minute you come outside they're like, oh, fresh meat, let's go have some. Speak to you later, bye. Now I have the lifestyle I want, even when the Greek jets go past. Greek Air Force, that'll be, from Kalamata Airport. I think that's pretty much it. What else have I been up to this week?